What are we supposed to be doing as we await the return of Christ? You remember the prediction by this false teacher, Harold Camping, who said he knew the date of the return of the Lord. Of course, he was proven wrong, as he and anybody else who makes a prediction like that will always be. But here's what I found interesting. Some of his so-called followers were doing some rather bizarre things. For instance, I read about one guy that divorced his wife, many who quit their jobs, and then one guy who got upset when it didn't happen, when one of his coworkers mocked him, so he pulled out a gun and shot him. Now, fortunately, the man did not die, but I thought, so is that what we're supposed to be doing as we await the Lord's return? Divorce your wife, quit your job, and shoot anyone that disagrees with you? Clearly not. So they were wrong on so many levels, not only in their date, but even in the way they reacted to what they believed was the date. So here's the question: what are we supposed to be doing as we await the return of Jesus? Well, we were just told we're to be a faithful and wise servant. He will find us so doing. So doing what? So doing the will of God. Listen, God has given to every one of us a precious thing called life. And with that, He has given us, hopefully, our health, our time, our resources, our talents, our gifts, our friends, all that we have. We are to leverage what God has given us for His glory, living godly lives, seeking to reach others with the message of the gospel. In short, we are to be about our Father's business. And if we are faithful to Him, He promises a reward. Look at verse 47. He says He'll make him ruler over all of His goods. See, a lot of the time we only think of the here and now, when God thinks of the hereafter. Life is not simply this time on earth before we die, but it continues on, and what we do then is connected to how we live now. In the millennium and the new earth, we will have responsibilities and opportunities. Many of life's dreams that were never realized here will be realized there. So if you were thinking that the afterlife was just sitting around on a cloud, strumming a harp and looking at fat little baby angels hovering around and eating for all eternity, you're going to be disappointed. Because according to the Bible, there's things to do. There are activities to be involved in. We're going to be given responsibilities from the Lord to serve Him and to honor Him and to glorify Him. And these responsibilities or these opportunities or privileges are directly connected to how faithful we are in this life. You know, a lot of times we think this life is all there is, and so when we see a tragedy of a life cut short, as it's sometimes stated, or someone who doesn't reach perhaps what would be their full potential because of sickness or a disability or something else, we say, oh, that's such a tragedy. And that shows that our thinking is limited to life on earth only. There's an afterlife. There is a new earth. There's a new body. And I believe that many of the dreams we may have today may not be realized until later. So if all of your dreams did not come true, and let's presume those are good dreams, many of them may come true later. And many wishes may be fulfilled later. And other things will happen for you later. So the thing you want to focus on is just being faithful to the Lord right now, because the Lord is coming back again. And it could happen at any moment.